Bob McDonnell is the first Virginia governor convicted of crimes he committed while in office. This is video of him leaving the courthouse in Richmond yesterday. That's when a jury came back with guilty verdicts against the former governor and his wife in the corruption trial. His attorneys say they will appeal the case. 10 on your side, Andy Fox is here with more on the appeals process and where the case goes from here. Andy?
Well, Nicole, eventually to another court. From the start, Bob McDonnell has maintained he regrets taking the $170,000 in gifts and loans from Johnny Williams, but says he never did anything in an official capacity as governor to help Johnny Williams. No state funds, no research for his products in state labs, no grant money, that there was never a quid pro quo or I'll give you this for that.
All I can say is my trust remains in the Lord.
After the Bob McDonnell guilty verdicts, his attorney, Hank Asbill.
We're very disappointed, but we're not deterred. This fight is a long way from over.
Asbill says appeal is certain and will challenge the judge's jury instructions of what broadly constitutes McDonnell's official acts as governor. Defense attorney James Broccoletti.
He clearly believed that the law incorporated official acts to be hosting a luncheon, promoting talks to the different secretaries.
Asbill will say too broad. A lunch in the governor's mansion or meeting for Johnny Williams are not official acts which lead to the conspiracy to sell the office in exchange for the gifts and loans.
That he did what he would do to any Virginia businessman who wanted to promote a particular product. That there was no quid pro quo. You give me the money, I'll give you the lunch.
But legal experts think this will be an important legal appeal on what constitutes an official act and honest services fraud, which is the selling of the office.
He read the law in a broad expanse as opposed to the narrow reading that the defense argued, which required there to be an actual act, a quid pro quo, so to speak. And the court clearly felt that there was no necessity of that.
The U.S. Supreme Court, where this case could end up, wants narrow interpretations of what is selling the office for personal gain. Not vague, not susceptible for interpretation, no gray area. In his statement on the McDonnell verdict, Congressman Bobby Scott wrote, "Today's verdict will require Congress to clarify the exact meaning of honest services."
He wants to present a more definitive interpretation of the statute, again, so that individuals are able to govern themselves and know what's legal and what's not legal and not in this gray area.
The appeal would argue there was no official act, so no quid pro quo, so there was no bribery and no conspiracy. Bob and Marie McDonnell will be sentenced on January 6th. His attorneys will then have 14 days to appeal the case. The statute requires incarceration pending appeal. However, Judge James Spencer can use his discretion to give the McDonnells bond. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.